Today, I invite you to leave the busy streets behind and join me above Chicago. We'll explore the city's beauty from the sky, a rare, peaceful perspective. Let's take a deep breath and prepare to soar. From up here, the city transforms into a living work of art. The daily rush fades, replaced by calm and wonder. This is your moment to relax, to see the familiar in a new light. Join me now as we rise above Chicago and let its aerial splendor wash over us. High above, the world slows down. The city's urgency dissolves into a quiet, rhythmic flow. Let the expansive views open your mind and soothe your soul. Watch as shadows drift and windows sparkle like jewels. This is your personal escape, a retreat into stillness and beauty. Let the images and music guide you into calm, simply be suspended between earth and sky. From our aerial perch, we glimpse Chicago's soul, its ambition, resilience, and unity. The city's grid meets the curving lake. Neighborhoods fit together like a grand puzzle. Each window below holds a story. Each street, a journey. From above, we feel the collective energy of millions. Our flight is a tribute to this vibrant tapestry of life. Let your curiosity guide you as the city shares its secrets. Watch, listen, and be moved by Chicago's beauty. The Chicago skyline rises like a man-made mountain range. Sunlight glows on steel and glass, revealing a symphony of shapes and styles. From here, the city feels peaceful, its noise replaced by calm. The skyline becomes a single, cohesive work of art. It tells a story of ambition and renewal, reaching ever higher. Let your eyes wander and soak in the grandeur. Simply appreciate the beauty before you. Now we approach the Willis Tower, a true giant. Its bundled tubes reach skyward, a symbol of daring dreams. Circling it, we see how it anchors the city and commands the skyline. From here, we witness its scale and silent authority. The tower is a constant reference point, a guardian of Chicago. Let's float here, honoring its legacy and power. Seeing it from the air is unforgettable. We glide north to the John Hancock Center, a dark sentinel with iconic X-bracing. Its bold structure stands strong against the wind, reflecting sky and clouds. From above, it's a gateway to the city's vibrant north. The building's calm exterior hides a world within. It's a masterpiece of structural art, deeply tied to Chicago's identity. As we float past, admire its elegant simplicity and enduring presence. The John Hancock Center is a timeless pleasure to behold from the sky. Now we shift our gaze downward. Below us lies the heart of Chicago, the area known as the Loop. It gets its name from the elevated train tracks that circle the central business district. From the air, you can clearly see this rectangle of steel. The trains, known as the L, move along these tracks like a life-giving pulse. They are a constant presence, a rhythmic beat that defines this part of the city. Watching them from above is like watching a slow mechanical dance. It is mesmerizing and strangely peaceful. Within this loop of tracks is a dense grid of streets and skyscrapers. This is where Chicago's commerce and culture converge. We can see the tops of historic buildings standing shoulder to shoulder with modern towers. We can see famous public art, like the Picasso sculpture, looking like a tiny model from our height. The streets below form deep canyons, and at the bottom, life moves at a faster pace. But up here, we are removed from the rush. We see only the patterns, the structure, and the organized energy of the city's core. Look at the rooftops. They tell their own stories. Some are flat and functional, covered in machinery. Others are green with gardens and terraces providing a hidden oasis in the sky. Some are ornately decorated, relics from a time of different architectural values. Together, they create a fascinating texture, a patchwork quilt of urban history. Our aerial perspective reveals this hidden landscape, a world that is invisible from the street level. It is a quiet world of shapes and shadows, waiting to be discovered. As we drift gently over the loop, we can feel the city's energy in a different way. It is not the noise or the hustle, but the visual rhythm of the grid. The straight lines of the streets, the rectangles of the buildings, the circle of the train tracks. It all fits together in a logical, harmonious way. This is the engine room of Chicago, the place where it all happens. From our serene position in the sky, we can appreciate its beautiful complexity and its ceaseless, steady pulse. It is the perfect place to watch the city breathe. We drift away from the city, east over Lake Michigan. The change is immediate. Below, the lake stretches out. This immense body of fresh water is the soul of Chicago, shaping its climate and character. From our perspective, we appreciate the scale of this magnificent lake. This is nature cradling one of America's greatest cities. The relationship between Chicago and Lake Michigan is beautiful. The city embraces it. It is a perfect example of how man-made environments coexist beautifully with nature. The energy of the city recedes, replaced by openness and freedom. Let's float here, between the sky and this great lake. Our flight follows the shoreline south towards Navy Pier. From above, this unique destination stretches out into Lake Michigan. It is part park, part entertainment hub, and part public space. We see the iconic Centennial Wheel turning slowly. The pier has a rich history, but today its purpose is purely for enjoyment. It is a place for people to connect with the water and enjoy the views. See how it juts out from the city, offering unparalleled views back towards the skyline. Our aerial view allows us to appreciate its unique role in the city's life. Chicago's magnificent lakefront is a continuous stretch of public parkland, a lush green ribbon between the city and the lake. We are now gliding over famous parks like Millennium Park, a modern marvel. Further north is Grant Park, Chicago's front yard. These parks are essential for the health and well-being of the city. It's a beautiful, life-affirming sight, showing a city that values balance. Following the parks, we arrive at the edge of the land. Chicago has a remarkable collection of sandy beaches right in the heart of the city. From our aerial view, they look like golden crescents nestled between the green parks and the blue lake. Now we're flying over North Avenue Beach, one of the most popular. We can see the unique ship-shaped beach house that is a local landmark. These beaches are a gift to the people of Chicago. They're free and open to all. From up here, we can see several of these beaches dotting the coastline, each with its own character. It's a four-part harmony, and we have the perfect view. Our journey now takes us away from the city's famous core. We begin to float over the vast tapestry of Chicago's neighborhoods. This is where the true heart of the city beats. Each area has its own unique character, its own history, and its own visual identity from the air. We're moving beyond the tourist landmarks to see where Chicagoans live, work, and build their communities. From our high vantage point, we can see how these distinct areas fit together like pieces in a beautiful, sprawling quilt. It's a city of villages, each with its own story to tell. Look down and observe the changing patterns on the ground. The building styles shift, the street layouts vary, and the amount of green space ebbs and flows. Some neighborhoods are defined by neat rows of brick bungalows. Others feature grand old mansions or modern condominium towers. This is the real Chicago, a mosaic of diverse communities that give the city its incredible energy and richness. We'll glide over a few of these areas not to study them, but to simply appreciate their unique aerial beauty and the quiet lives unfolding below us. From this perspective, we are reminded that a city is more than just its skyline. A city is its people and the homes they create. As we drift silently above, we see the peaceful grid of residential streets. We see local parks, schools, and community centers. These are the places that form the backdrop to millions of everyday lives. Our flight is a respectful observation of this human landscape. It's a chance to see the city not as a collection of famous buildings, but as a vast and intricate network of homes and lives, all connected. Let this new perspective sink in. The scale of the city is immense. It stretches for miles in every direction, far beyond the gleaming towers of the Loop. This part of our journey is about appreciating that scale and the diversity it contains. We are exploring the subtle textures and colors that make up the fabric of Chicago. Let the quiet rhythm of the residential streets soothe you. This is a view of the city that is both intimate and expansive, a peaceful exploration of the places Chicagoans call home. We first drift north of the downtown area, over one of the city's most historic and affluent neighborhoods, the Gold Coast. The change from the modern skyscrapers is immediately visible. Below us are streets lined with elegant, historic mansions and beautiful gray stone and brownstone buildings. The architecture here is grand and ornate, a relic from a bygone era. It feels like we are floating over a different city, one with a quieter, more established sense of grace. The trees here are old and tall, forming a lush canopy over the streets. Just north of the Gold Coast, the landscape opens up into a vast expanse of green. This is Lincoln Park, one of the city's largest and most beloved public spaces. It is even larger than Grant Park and Millennium Park combined. From the air, its scale is truly impressive. We can see the winding paths, the open fields, and the shimmering waters of the South Pond. The famous Lincoln Park Zoo is nestled within this green oasis, its enclosures and buildings creating interesting patterns from above. This park is a vital escape for residents of the city's north side. Our flight path takes us directly over the park. Look at the beautiful contrast between the dense urban grid on one side and the wide open nature of the park on the other. We can see the Lincoln Park Conservatory, a beautiful Victorian glasshouse that shines in the sun. We can see the calm waters of the Rowing Canal and the boats at Diversey Harbour. This is a place where nature is given plenty of room to breathe, right in the middle of the city. It is a peaceful, rejuvenating sight, a testament to Chicago's commitment to its public parks. As we float over this area, we see a perfect blend of architectural elegance and natural beauty. The Gold Coast represents the city's storied past, while Lincoln Park represents its commitment to a high quality of life for its citizens. Together, they create a neighborhood that is both beautiful to look at and wonderful to live in. From our serene position in the sky, we can appreciate the peaceful atmosphere and the timeless charm of this beautiful corner of Chicago. It is a truly graceful landscape to behold. Now we turn our flight south and west of the Loop, heading towards neighborhoods known for their vibrant culture and colorful art. Our first stop is Pilsen. From the air, we can immediately see a difference. This is a neighborhood that expresses its identity on its very walls. We can see the bright, bold colors of murals painted on the sides of buildings. These splashes of art stand out against the brick of the classic Chicago architecture. They tell stories of heritage, struggle, and celebration. It is a visual feast, a neighborhood that wears its heart on its sleeve. The buildings here are a mix of historic churches with towering steeples and classic 2- and 3-flat apartment buildings that are so typical of Chicago. The grid of the streets is steady and uniform, but the life within it is bursting with energy. We can see the main commercial streets, where local businesses thrive. Even from this height, you can sense the strong community spirit that defines Pilsen. It is a neighborhood built by immigrants, and that legacy of hard work and cultural pride is visible in the very fabric of the streets and buildings below. Not far from Pilsen, we glide towards another iconic cultural enclave, Chinatown. The architecture changes dramatically once again. We can see the distinctive pagoda-style roofs and the ornate details that evoke the spirit of East Asia. The Chinatown Gate, with its traditional design and vibrant colors, is a clear landmark, even from our aerial perspective. Below us, the streets are laid out with a unique character, creating a neighborhood that feels like a world of its own, nestled within the larger city of Chicago. It is a beautiful example of how different cultures shape the urban landscape. Floating above these neighborhoods, we are reminded of Chicago's identity as a city of immigrants. It is a place where people from all over the world have come to build new lives, bringing their traditions and their unique aesthetics with them. Pilsen's murals and Chinatown's architecture are powerful expressions of cultural identity. They add incredible richness and diversity to the city's visual tapestry. From our peaceful vantage point, we can celebrate this beautiful mosaic of cultures, a key part of what makes Chicago so special. We pull back for a final perspective. Ascending higher, we move towards the city's edge. Below, the urban core merges into a vast landscape. This is Chicagoland, extending for miles. We see the pattern of American suburbia. The scale is breathtaking. From this height, the city looks like a living organism. The downtown area is its heart. Roads and railways are the arteries. The entire region is interconnected. Look at the endless sea of rooftops. Let's reflect on the journey. We have seen the towering icons, the beautiful lakefront, and diverse neighborhoods. Now we see the city in its entirety. This expansive view gives us a profound sense of perspective. We shift to the dynamic flow of the city itself. From above, Chicago's perpetual motion transforms into a graceful ballet. The endless movement of cars, trains, and boats becomes a source of tranquility. We observe the rhythms of the city, the constant pulse that gives it life. This is a chance to find beauty in the systems that keep Chicago moving. Let's watch as these intricate patterns of transit unfold below us. It is a mesmerizing spectacle, a visual meditation on the nature of flow. From this height, the streams of vehicles look like tiny cells flowing through the city's arteries. Their movement is constant and predictable, a steady current of purpose. This perspective allows us to see the traffic as a beautiful and organized system. The interchange, where multiple highways converge, is a particularly fascinating sight from above. From the sky, they become elegant, looping sculptures. Watching this intricate interplay of movement can be strangely calming. As we float above this constant flow, we can appreciate the sheer energy of the city in a new way. This movement is the lifeblood of Chicago. From our peaceful vantage point, we can witness this grand spectacle. We can simply observe and admire the beautiful dance of the city in motion. We now turn our gaze to one of Chicago's most iconic features, the elevated train system, known affectionately as the L. These trains wind their way through neighborhoods and high above the busy streets. Let's follow a single train as it makes its way out from the loop. It glides over bridges, passes by apartment windows, and snakes through the backyards of residential neighborhoods. The tracks themselves are a web of steel that crisscrosses the urban landscape. In many places, the tracks run so close to buildings that the train becomes a fleeting, moving part of the view. It is more than just transportation. It is a part of Chicago's soul. From the sky, we see it not just as a mode of transport, but as a vital and beautiful part of the city's grand design. Now, we drift over to observe another of the city's vital arteries, the Chicago River. This waterway carves a unique path through the very heart of the downtown area. From our aerial perspective, it looks like a deep, dark canyon with the sheer cliffs of skyscrapers rising directly from its banks. The water provides a natural organic line that contrasts beautifully with the rigid geometry of the surrounding buildings. The river is a place of history and transformation, a channel that has been engineered to serve the city's needs, yet retains a powerful natural presence. Look closely at the surface of the water. It acts as a distorted mirror, reflecting the towering architecture and the open sky. The colors of the buildings shimmer and warp on the gentle ripples of the river, creating an abstract, impressionistic painting of the city. We can see the famous bridges that span the water, their steel structures opening and closing like mechanical jaws to let boats pass. These bridges are the stitches that bind the two sides of the city together, and from above, their rhythmic spacing creates a pleasing, repeating pattern along the river's length. The movement on the river is slow and stately. We can see the architectural tour boats and water taxis making their way leisurely along the urban canyon. They look like small, determined beetles navigating a giant's world. Their wakes leave temporary V-shaped patterns on the water's surface, the only sign of their passage. This slow, deliberate pace offers a peaceful contrast to the faster rhythms of the streets just one level above. The river is a separate world, a calmer, more reflective space in the midst of the city's intense energy. It is a place for a different kind of journey. From our high vantage point, we can trace the river's path as it branches and heads towards the lake. We see how it has shaped the development of the city around it. It is a working river and a recreational river, a vital corridor for both commerce and leisure. It is a fundamental part of Chicago's identity. Observing its slow, steady flow through the magnificent canyon of buildings is a profoundly peaceful experience. It is a reminder of the power of water to shape even the most formidable man-made environments. For our final observation of the city's rhythms, we ascend once more to a great height. From here, we can appreciate the most fundamental pattern of all, the Chicago grid. The entire city is built upon a relentless, logical system of perpendicular streets. From the air, this grid is laid bare, stretching for miles in every direction until it fades into the horizon. It is a symphony of straight lines, a testament to the rational planning that underpins the city's layout. This underlying structure brings a profound sense of order and harmony to the vast urban landscape. The grid is the canvas upon which all the other patterns we've seen are painted. The flowing lines of the expressways, the sharp diagonals of the train tracks, and the gentle curve of the river all interact with this foundational geometry. From this height, we can see how these different systems coexist, sometimes following the grid, sometimes cutting across it. It is a beautiful interplay of order and exception, of straight lines and graceful curves. The city's visual complexity is made understandable by the simple, repeating rhythm of the grid. Look at the uniformity of the city blocks. Each one is a neat rectangle, a container for a small piece of the city's life. Within these blocks, we see the smaller patterns of individual houses, backyards, and alleyways. It is a fractal pattern, where the same basic shape repeats at different scales. This underlying order is deeply calming to observe from above. It removes the sense of chaos and reveals the city as a highly organized, almost crystalline structure. It is a landscape of pure geometry, a vast and beautiful piece of human design. As we float here, suspended above this immense network of lines, let this final perspective bring a sense of peace. The Chicago grid is a symbol of clarity and logic. It is the silent, unchanging rhythm that holds the entire city together. It is the steady beat beneath all the other, more dynamic rhythms of the city. To see it so clearly, laid out before us like a giant map, is a truly awe-inspiring experience. It is the perfect, peaceful conclusion to our exploration of the city's motion and structure. As our aerial journey concludes, we reflect on Chicago, a city of beautiful and fascinating contradictions. It is a place where immense strength meets surprising grace. We see the graceful shoreline of Lake Michigan, a soft edge the city embraces. This blend of the man-made and natural is at Chicago's core. It is both highly ordered and wonderfully diverse. We see vibrant neighborhoods where culture bursts forth. Individual communities express their rich heritage, creating a lively mosaic. We witness the interplay between stillness and motion. We find a hypnotic calm in the city's constant movement. Ultimately, Chicago is both a historical monument and a living, breathing entity. It's a place that is constantly evolving and looking towards the future. It is this beautiful balance of contradictions that makes Chicago so endlessly captivating. As we slowly begin our descent, the images from our flight remain vivid. This experience was an invitation to find a new perspective. The view from above offers a unique clarity, allowing us to see the bigger picture. We've seen how a seemingly chaotic metropolis is, in fact, a place of profound order and beauty. This is the view we will carry with us long after our journey ends. By rising above, we see Chicago as a unified entity, inspiring a feeling of belonging. This journey has armed us with a mental map of tranquility, a powerful tool for mindfulness. It allows us to access a sense of peace by recalling the gentle flight we've shared. This has been a journey of appreciation for human ingenuity and natural wonder. The images and sensations are now a part of our story, a new lens through which to see the world. Our time in the sky is nearing its end, but this does not have to be a final goodbye. This journey is an invitation to look at Chicago with new eyes. The next time you walk the streets of Chicago, look up and remember the towering scale of the buildings. Remember the vast, calming expanse of blue you floated over. We also invite you to return to this peaceful state of mind whenever you need it. Consider this your personal window to a more peaceful perspective. We have only scratched the surface of what Chicago has to offer. Let this aerial tour be the beginning of your own personal exploration of this incredible city. Let the beauty of Chicago from the air inspire you. The invitation to see the world with a sense of awe and tranquility is always open. The horizon is now rising to meet us. Our gentle descent has begun. We are returning to the human scale, bringing a piece of the sky back with us. Savor these last few moments of our flight and the unique perspective it has offered. Our escape has given us a new appreciation for the world below. We have witnessed the city as a living work of art. The quiet majesty of the aerial view will remain in our memory. This journey has changed the way we see Chicago. This is the lasting impact of our time together in the sky. Until we fly together again, farewell.